I'm Z.Vex of Z.Vex Effects. Recovering from a little bit of a cold, here we are at NAMM 2017. It's always fun being here. We brought a few things with us this year. Some of them are really fun, some of them are really, really fun. You gotta check some of this out. Last year we had the Candela Vibro phase. Candela Vibro phase is a solid machined brass piece. It runs entirely off a tea candle. The tea light candles are very small. As you can see, it's just a little bitty candle like that. And the whole thing is being powered off the tea light candle inside there. The heat from the tea light candle burns and heats up the Stirling engine that drives this optical disc. The optical disc provides modulation that goes into the electronics package back here. And also light comes off of the back of the candle and goes into these solar cells, which generates electricity that powers it through here. It draws 1 milliamp, 9 volts. And the whole thing runs for 4 hours off a tea light candle that costs approximately 3 cents. Now, over the course of its life, in an 81-year period, the savings on batteries alone will allow you to pay for the $7,500 Candela Vibro phase. This year, we've introduced a pedal board mountable 9-volt version of the Candela. It's got exactly the same electronics, exactly the same sound, but the modulation is provided by standard modulation techniques. It uses a LFO. That'll be available in April. It's also available in a Vextra version. Here we have candle-powered guitar effects power supply. There are four tea light candles in here providing 2.5 watts of electricity that gets pumped into this battery. And the battery provides isolated, completely ground free, what do you call that? Ground loop free, noise free, isolated power analog outputs, 9 volt, 100 milliamp. In this particular case, there's 8 on this unit, but we can make it with up to 32. And the power that comes out of these, it'll continue to provide power even if you disconnect the battery, because the power is right now coming from these candles. Did you see this? These lights stay lit. The wind is blowing around in here today, so the heat that comes from the candles isn't exactly perfect, but in an environment where the air is still, you end up with more power coming out of the candles than you do out of the battery normally. The battery stays charged as long as the candles are lit, and when the candles go out, the battery will continue to provide power for many, many, many hours, depending on the current you draw. With a typical pedal board, 8 hours of power with a single battery. The batteries can be changed really quickly on these systems. Here's an identical system with 16 channels, except there's no candles. The battery can be changed in 5 seconds. Check this out. Back in business. Batteries are easily charged with an external charger. Here's what the charger looks like. And you just clip these on to the outside of the battery. Charges up in about 3 hours. This is the TBall Microphone. The TBall Microphone is really interesting. Let's say you wanted to get a guide track done on your vocals, like you're in one great big huge room and everybody's recording at once. You've got close microphones on everybody. You've got your drummer, your accordion player, your clarinetist, your flugelhornist, your grenade thrower, your machine gunner, all in the same room. And the singer wants to do a guide track so everybody can tell where they are. Well, usually what happens is everybody's bad takes leak into that microphone, and when you try to put that microphone up in any rough mix, so anyone can use it as a guide mix, as things progress, as time goes on, that microphone, that track becomes more and more useless because you have more and more bad things in that track that interfere with the improved things that you've put as you've overdubbed. Here's a microphone that's perfect for that application. This microphone doesn't even know I exist. It doesn't know that anything exists that's more than 1 inch away. It doesn't know that anything exists until you get right here. And now it can hear me perfectly. But as soon as I back off more than 1 inch, it can't hear anything. Its world turns into the blackness of outer space. The interstellar galactic vacuum of space exists outside 1 inch away from this microphone. It doesn't even know I'm here until I'm right here. It's that blind, that deaf, that unaware, that sensorily deprived. Is sensorily a word? It is now. This is called the TBall mic. It'll be available in April, $249. Hand-shaped copper, hand-soldered, and of course made with a real T-ball. Powered by coin discs that are inside here, coin disc batteries, and it's a 1/4 inch cable. And it turns on whenever you plug it in. It'll connect to your guitar effects if you want directly, and you can leave it on stage open and it won't squeal because it can't hear the amplifier. It has no idea there is an amplifier. I don't know if I have anything else that's new. Oh yeah, we do. We have vertical versions of the Fuzz Factory and the Box of Rock. Should we pause and walk over there? Right over here we have, of course, our usual beautiful hand-painted pieces that are unique and for the NAMM show. We've got some extremely beautiful ones this year. We can't possibly go over all of them, but let's take a look at these three. These are coming out in April. The vertical Fuzz Factory, the vertical Box of Rock, and the vertical new Vibro Phase. All of these are vertical, made in USA, and they're going to be available as hand-painted and Vexter versions at the same price as the regular pedals. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if anybody knows of any parties later, please let me know.